Hi, it's Julie here in the Crazy Cakes kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Crazy Cake combs. First of all, we're going to start with what I like to call the Iny Outy. This can be used for a dinner party or a wedding. They're really popular for weddings now, both formal and rustic. They are just a tad bit flexible, as you can see, and that's so that if you have an odd-shaped cake, let's say you're doing one that's just a little bit of a topsy-turvy, you can bend that just a little bit to suit your needs. Even if you had a round, like sphere cake that you wanted to use this on, you could bend that enough to go around your sphere and still get that same great textures, just for a different look. What we're going to do, we're going to ice your cake. You want it level, straight on the sides, and level on the top. The buttercream does not have to be perfect. That's what's so amazing about these combs. A 4-year-old could use them. Your buttercream does not have to be perfect. You want a good coat of buttercream on the cake because you are going to remove quite a bit with the comb as you're putting the pattern in the cake. So if you do a crumb coat, do your crumb coat, let that sit a few minutes, and then do your good layer of buttercream over it. Does not have to be perfect. In fact, the less perfect that the initial coat of buttercream is, the more rustic design that you get. When you're using the comb, you want to stand it straight so that the bottom is flat on your board and stays flat at all times. That'll give you a good even design. You can see I have just a little bit of buttercream on here already. That's how deep you want to put the comb into your cake, where the buttercream just comes to the little grooves right here. No deeper. You don't want to take too much off because we like buttercream, right? So you're going to put the design, holding it flat on the board, put the comb into the buttercream just deep enough that it makes your grooves, and spin your turntable. Let the turntable do the work for you. Again, a 4-year-old could do this. See what I mean about how much buttercream it takes off? That's why you want a good coat of buttercream on there. Now, if you have someone that doesn't like buttercream, of course you don't have to put that much. See how it looks a little rustic right there and a little uneven? You can keep going around if you want and straighten that out. And go as many times as you want to really get a smooth, clean look. The other thing that you can do, and see, I kind of like that for your barn, your rustic weddings. Quick, easy. How many seconds did that take? This is perfect for your rustic look. You can tell the buttercream is still a little messy, still has a little bit of uneven lines in it. Now, if you're like me and you're a little OCD and you like it really good deep lines, just start again. Go around one more time, getting it a little deeper, your comb a little deeper. Once you get the lines as deep as you like them, because it's really up to you, then you're going to take your comb, again flat on the board, and just lay it gently against the cake. At this point, you are literally just smoothing out your lines to get them good and smooth if you like that look. If you want the more textured, stop here. The more rustic, stop here. If you like the really smooth, see, before I started this way to put the lines in the cake, now I'm laying it right up against the cake and just using the comb to smooth it out. I'm not taking any more buttercream off the cake than I already have. I'm just making my lines smoother. That's all. Just making my lines smoother because I like that good, smooth, clean finish. See how I barely took any off that time? But again, if you like the more rustic look, leave it the way it was the first time. So then all you do is take your knife, your angled spatula, and smooth out your top. Ta-da! That's for a more formal look. You'll notice this is an average size cake. It's 4 inches tall. The cake comb is a little bit larger, so it could go up higher than this cake. We've designed it to be for 5 inches for your average wedding cake. So keep in mind that You can use it for a little bit higher cakes. Now, the cool thing about this comb is your cake doesn't have to be any particular height to still look good. If you'll check our photos on our website, we have some different height cakes on there with white buttercream, and you'll see how it looks if the cake stops in the middle, if the buttercream stops in the middle of one of the concave designs. Still looks great. So now I'm going to show you how to give it just a little more of a rustic look. You're going to take the end of your comb, put it in the center, find the center of your cake, put it in the center of your cake, holding your hand still, turning your turntable. Just let your turntable do all of the work for you. Again, you can leave it a little messier if you like, a little spiral looking, or you can continue on. If you mess up, you can just take your comb off, clean it, and put it right back on too, and it doesn't cause any trouble whatsoever because the lines are so evenly spaced for you. So if you want it a little bit deeper, you can just put your comb back on there, press a little bit deeper, and that gives you a little bit more of a rustic look. Now for the Iny side of the comb. Cool thing that you'll notice about all of these combs is that you don't even have to put a border on after they're done. How cool is that? Talk about a time saver. So again, you're going to keep it flat on your board, just like the other comb. Press it into the cake and spin, letting your turntable do all the work for you. If you see the turntable, the comb kind of bumping up a little bit, that's because sometimes these drums, you'll notice probably at home, have a little bit of a rise in them where when they wrap them at the factory with the foil, they just didn't get it good and flat. All you do to correct that problem is set the comb straight on the board, keeping it on the board when you turn rather than out hanging off the board like so. Can you see that? So you don't want to keep it hanging off if there's a little divot in your board and it's giving you sort of an uneven finish. Now I am going kind of slow so that you guys can get a really good view of what's happening here. But honestly, you can put this on here, just turn it that fast. Now we're smoothing. First we're taking off, then we're smoothing out, and be done. Isn't that beautiful? Just a good, clean finish. And you can continue to do more. I've noticed at the bottom I have a little bit of, I don't know if you can see that, where it's not quite as outward, as beautiful a design, as smooth and elegant design as the rest of the cake. If you don't like that, I'm fine with that because literally it adds to the rustic if you want the rustic. Remember I said in the beginning, you just don't go as smooth your cake out as perfectly or go around as many times if you want more of a rustic look. But if you don't like that and you're going for the smooth, elegant, just fill in that spot, put your comb back on the cake, and go again. Again, remember that it's a little bit flexible, so if you need to press in on the comb just a little bit at the bottom or at the top or in the middle to get a particular spot that's really giving you a hard time, you can do that because it's just the right amount of flexibility. There you go. Then you just take your clean offset spatula, smooth out your top. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out CraziCakes.com for new designs that you can do with your comb, as well as new combs coming. And don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe to us on social media.